A friend of mine years ago, he was with a federal agency, and he said, Rusty, he said, one of these days you're going to run your mouth, and he said, you got to be careful, he said, because there's still people out there that remember. I said, I know. The only advantage here is the fact my kids are gone. I'm single, and if they want to come for me, they're going to wind up trying to fuck with the bear with bad disposition and bad breath.
Bad disposition and bad breath.
Yeah.
Nice way of putting it.
I'm not afraid of anybody. And that goes back historically because this is where one reason why my stand, and everybody says I'm a jackass and everything else, maybe so. Part of the reason why the farm is in existence today is because of the fact that while my dad was in the revolution, he was married. He and his wife had 3 children. They were forced to get marriage annulled because of political crap from Mexico City and from the States. She remarried. Second husband, they had 4 children. Kids, marry, everything else like that. People want to know why I have such a hard-on, and you can use that. If somebody wants to hear it or not, it's a different story. In the last 2 years, roughly, it's over a year, closer to 2 years now. The last that I knew of my dad's kids, my half-brothers, half-cousins, one got married, Amalia, beautiful woman. They had 4 children. They were living in Monterey. He had some semblance of being in this quasi-middle class, which really doesn't exist now. But he would not knuckle under the cartel. They were after him. He had little tendajitos, little stores, little mechanical, little repair shops. They went to see his in-laws outside of Saltillo. Long weekend. The cartel followed them down. They're all sitting at the table. Juan, Amalia, and the 4 kids. They even went so far as to bring the family dog and cat. There's this big gathering. The cartel kicks open the front door, walks in, and shoots all 6 of them in the head at the dinner table. As a coup de grace, they shoot the dog and the cat. And they walk out. That's me. If I got a hard on for the cartel, goddamn rights. I put them in the same class as the Nazis and the Russians. I lost family members to the Nazis. They marched them off to the ovens in Auschwitz. I'm Hungarian. I'm Gypsy. I lost my Nagy cousins in Budapest during the uprising. I couldn't help. Kids, 12, 13, 15 years old, were standing up to the goddamn Russians and sabotaging their T-34 tanks.
I need you to speak up a little bit.
The kids were caught. They were lined up against the wall. Public prison in the middle of Budapest. The kids had learned one thing from the Americans, just one gesture. And they fed it to the Russians. They flipped them off as the Russian soldiers machine gunned the whole group. 12 years old to 19 years old, boys and girls. And they weren't happy with killing them. They put body parts in a truck, took them out on the main road and dumped them in a ditch. I placed the cartel in the same class as the Russians, same class as the Nazis. This is why I'm fighting at the farm. I'm fighting for my people. because the people in Mexico are also my people too. Got an attitude, huh?
There's nothing wrong with having an attitude. Hey, you're one tough old man.
I don't know. But this much I know. That everything that takes place here in Brownsville is taking place in other towns. The politics, the graft, the monies, and it all goes back to the same thing. It's a question of money, how much drugs you can bring in. I saw a truck, a secondhand U-Haul van. Bodies in it, 3 days old. Their body parts have been harvested. The youngest one was 3 years old. Cartel. There's a market for it. And everybody says, oh, it's this. No, it's not. It's money. The biggest effect is the fact that the United States will not admit to the fact we got a drug problem. Let's don't create more programs to take care of more addicts. Let's stop the drugs.
I've got a question for you. So, to your opinion, belief, if they were actually offered the opportunity to just go to straight marijuana, forget the violence, forget the cocaine, forget the rest of the craziness, and just deal with marijuana, if it was legalized and they had the opportunity to have one legal chance to stop the violence, would they be willing to do it?
Who, the government? No, hell no, there's not enough money in it.
Well, not just the government, but the cartels themselves.
All right. As an instance, there's crap that's coming up from Colombia and from Argentina. It's called Paco. You can look on the Discovery Channel. It was on cable. Paco is made out of 3% cocaine. The remainder of it is made out of PCB, diazinon, acrylonitrile, brake fluid, everything, any type of residual chemical which will affect sensory, perception, brain activity is in this stuff called Paco. It's coming up this way. Now this is what the cute part of it. I just love it. I think it's great. The percentage that you make on profit with cocaine is 1,000 to 1. Okay? Paco is well over 10,000 to 1. Now, Paco is a little insidious bitch. Mortality rate is 85%, and they're targeting kids from 12-year-old to 17. On the third hit, it's addictive.
And these are the people that are coming across our border.
And this is what we're getting on this side.
I think I'm going to stop the video right there for a little bit.